What is up, friends? Welcome to Locks of the Week here with Iowa Everywhere. Of course, we are presented each and every week by our friends at Circa Sports Iowa. Download the app today. This is a big deal if you guys download their app. We want them to see, since they've started sponsoring Iowa Everywhere, that their downloads have skyrocketed up. Download the Circa Sports Iowa app today. I promise you're going to get better lines than you're used to. Doing pretty well on the year. We went 2-2 last week, 12-7-1 overall. And, let's just get right after it here. Not going to screw around. We're going to the Big Ten battle of top 10 teams. And I'm going to take Penn State plus the 7 going head-to-head with Michigan. Here's the deal. Penn State's got 2 running backs averaging 5 yards or more per carry. Okay? Sean Clifford, I have a lot of Penn State people in my world. Not exactly the most popular guy. However, he's been there forever. I like that going on the road. Performed well in Michigan in 2020. Well, that was a pandemic year, so a little bit off. He's been good on the road. Hostile environments this year at Purdue and Auburn. Defense travels. Penn State's got a nice defense. I really kind of like the under in this game as well. They're going to be more low scoring. That tends to roll with the underdog. Michigan's seen nothing like Penn State this year. I like getting a touchdown in this game. Lock up Penn State. We're taking them plus 7. Let's go. Premier game in the Big Ten. Sticking with the Big Ten. And I'm going to go with Nebraska and Purdue. Taking a hard look at the over here. Now, Nebraska's 2-0. Well, in the last 2 weeks, I guess. They're not 2-0 with Mickey Joseph. They lost the Oklahoma game. But since that bye week, couple of wins over Indiana and Rutgers, so nothing too fancy. Listen, I don't think Nebraska's going to go on the road and beat Purdue. But I love the fact that Purdue, Aiden O'Connell, finally started to get healthy. He completed, what was it last week? It was 30 for 41, 360 yards at Maryland, 5 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. If you watch Nebraska play defense, they can't tackle. I think they're getting a little bit better with this new coach. Nebraska, I kind of like the fact that Casey Thompson's getting his mojo going just a little bit at the right time. 42-63, almost 600 yards over the last 2 games. Feels like an over game to me. I can't imagine Nebraska keeping Purdue under 30. I think Purdue wins this one up in the 40s, over 56.5, because I think Nebraska will still be able to score the football 20-plus points. Love the over here, 56.5, Nebraska and Purdue. Let us go now to, we'll stick in the Big Ten West. Minnesota is at Illinois, and folks, it's time to call out Minnesota for being a fraud, potentially. All right, here's their wins from September where we all got fired up. New Mexico State, they suck. Western Illinois, FCS. Colorado fired their coach. Michigan State, horrible. Okay? Purdue, they went in and punked the Gophers, really, and that was really the only real game. Not real. I mean, you go into Michigan State, it's a real game. I'll give them a little bit of credit for that. But Michigan State, again, I don't think they're very good at all. I think Illinois is legit. Listen, Chase Brown's a top 5 running back in college football. Isn't he? Brett Bielema's defense is legit here. The wrong team is favored. Bielema's going to win Big Ten Coach of the Year. I think the wrong team's favored. I'm going to take the points. I'll probably also play Illinois, a little money line action as well, plus the 6. This is another game. These Big Ten games, I really like the unders in a lot of these as well when you're playing these underdogs. I would definitely do that as well with the Penn State game at Michigan. I'd probably lay a little bit on the Penn State money line, definitely on the under as well. You could do, if you're into the same game parlay thing, it's some possibility for you there. I don't think I would do that. I like to do mine individually, but that's an option. Let's go Iowa State at Texas. Okay, Iowa State doesn't get blown out very often. And we all know about Iowa State's issues on the offensive side of the football, right? Since the Big 12 has begun. If anything, and this is going to be maddening to Iowa State fans, if anything, I think Matt Campbell kind of digs in here this week, doesn't he? You play to your defense, limit possessions. Texas, I think you could make the argument, is in a real trap spot here. 11 a.m., coming off a big win in the Red River rivalry. Red River rivalry. You've got Oklahoma State coming to town next week. I like Quinn Ewers a lot. Listen, I think if Iowa State goes out there and tries to make this a track meet, Iowa State will get blown out. I don't think they'll do that. Anxious to see if Cartevious Norton is healthy enough to take on the load for Iowa State this week. I think if he is, I think it makes it really interesting. But I definitely like the under here. I think this is the only way Iowa State has a shot to win the football game. Matt Campbell goes into every football game trying to win, clearly. Elite defense for Iowa State that has had some success against Texas in the past, albeit I think this is a different type of Texas team. I think with Quinn Ewers, I think that this is a top 5 caliber football team. But has Texas proven us that they're not going to fall asleep at the wheel with Iowa State coming to town? I don't think that they have. And we are going to play the under 49.5 in this one. I like this one 23-13, 24-10, that type of a game. I think Iowa State is technically in it on the scoreboard, but you're never actually going to feel like the Cyclones are going to win the football game. But I like the under at 49.5. All right, let's go through our picks one more time. Penn State +7 at Michigan. We have Nebraska, Purdue. We're taking the over 56.5. We are going to go with Illinois. Wrong team favored in Champaign. Illinois upsets Minnesota outright. I wanted to throw in too, Illinois got a little bit of a quarterback issue. I am aware of that. I still don't think it matters that much. The other guy came in, the former Rutgers kid, looked okay against Iowa. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. Chase Brown's the key there. And then Iowa and Texas, we are playing the under in that football game. Those are your locks. Of course, they are presented by Circa Sports, Circa Sports Iowa. If you are watching this via the stream, YouTube, social media, we're doing a cool thing now with Circa's Mike Palm, where I am running these picks by Mike Palm. That is on the podcast feed exclusively at the Iowa Everywhere podcast, and you'll be able to find that where I'm running my locks by an actual odds maker to pick his brain and see what he thinks. We're 12-7-1 on the year. Let's go 4-0. Let's go make some money this weekend. Gamble responsibly. Thanks to Circa for bringing us the locks. Matt Van Winkle for the production. Have some fun this weekend, everybody.